Hi, I'm Jasmine Roper.
And I'm Elise Jones, and this is your CAVS News Show.
From the studios of Chillicothe High School, this is your CAVS News Show.
The end of the school year is coming up fast on May 24th, so we decided to talk to some students about how they feel about that. Let's head to Hall Talk with Maggie Deddy.
Over the summer, I'm going to play volleyball. We'll try out for volleyball, and then if I make it, then I will go play volleyball.
This summer, I am going to Michigan and going to amusement parks.
Well, I'm going to go to Disney with choir, and then after that, I'm going to spend 2 months in Mexico.
For the summer, I am looking forward to getting my driver's license, which I'm going through driver's ed. And I'm also looking forward to getting a job so I can have money and just a break from school.
I am looking forward to going to New York and going to volleyball with Jets.
What I'm looking for is to go ride four-wheelers with my friends and everybody else. Try to get a job this summer so I can make money and pay for a car and everything else. And just so I can hang around friends and family, and go to the fair and watch my little sister ride horses and everything else.
Over the summer, I'm going to be going on vacation home at Beaver Island, Michigan. Swimming, just chilling at home.
I'm looking forward to vacation with my family and going on the CHS Europe trip.
I'm the same, except for I'm not going to Europe. I'm going to Disney with the music department.
Thanks, Maggie. Now let's go to Parker Tracy with Pop Fusion.
Hi, I'm Parker Tracy, and welcome to the final installment of this year's Pop Fusion. I'm pretty excited, and I even got dressed up for the occasion. And I prepared something a little special. I made some brand new music for it. Take a listen. What is that?
Hey Parker, I redid your music for you.
What?
I remade your music.
Why?
I thought it needed a banjo in it.
Why do you think it needed a banjo?
Because banjos are lovely instruments.
Okay,
I love banjos. Banjos have
how
such
did you
lovely
even get
sound.
into my computer? Get on GarageBand.
This
change
changes
the
the subject. We're talking about
I don't
banjos
care
right now.
what we're talking
Do you
about.
like whales?
Well, it's the end of the year, and it's been a long ride with a lot of things to talk about. Hopefully I'll be able to bring this segment back next year. But in the meantime, I put together a little something special, including several top 5s of some of the best things this year's had to offer. But for now, let's go for the top 5 songs from Billboard.com. At number 5, we have I Took a Pill in Ibiza by Mike Posner. At number 4, we have 7 Years by Lucas Graham. At number 3, we have Panda by Designer. At number 2, we have One Dance by Drake. And at number 1, we have Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. Next up, we'll be talking about the top movies in the box office so far in 2016. At number 5, we have Deadpool, grossing $762,390,877. At number 4, we have The Jungle Book, which has grossed $829,258,341. At number 3, we have Batman vs. Superman, which has grossed $869,852,278. At number 2, we have Captain America Civil War, which has grossed $957,117,303. And at number 1, we have Zootopia, grossing $971,036,912. Finally, let's talk about 2016's best-selling games. Now, the only statistic I could find that was recently was from March, so it may not be 100% accurate. At number 5, we have EA Sports' UFC 2. At number 4, we have Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm surprised is still on the bestseller because that game has been out for a while. At number 3, we have Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. At number 2, we have Far Cry Primal. And at number 1, we have Tom Clancy's The Division. Well, that's all I have for this year. I'll see you guys soon. But for now, back to my buddies in the studio.
Thanks, Parker. One of our broadcasting students, Ryan Kincaid, did a feature story about the band uniforms. Let's take a look.
Just recently, the school board approved the purchase of brand new uniforms for the marching band. I was able to sit down with Director of Bands Patrick Bookrader to see how the school approved the new design and when we can expect to see these new uniforms in action.
From a financial perspective, the band boosters do a lot of fundraising over several years. It's a substantial financial commitment, but the boosters through various fundraisers, donations, and other means raise the funding for the uniforms, and we've also been very fortunate that the school board has decided to also help support financially the investment. As far as the design itself, we went with a company, DeMolin. We decided upon them after consulting with several other different uniform design firms, but they're going to do a great job manufacturing to make a high quality product, and we're great help throughout the whole design process. The old uniforms, we have a few different ideas that we're kicking around, but we're looking to design a product that is made out of the old uniforms, and we will be selling those as a fundraiser, again, for future uniforms and other band activities. Those products will be made available to current members, family, friends, and alumni of the band program.
These new uniforms are set to completely replace the old uniforms that have been used for the past couple of decades. I was able to talk to most of the band booster parents, the parents who financially run the band program, although most opted not to go on camera. I was, however, able to talk to the uniform manager of the band, Annette O'Brien. Let's see what the uniforms look like and how the band will manage their new uniforms in the future.
This is our new uniform that we've had for several years. A lot of the difference is this one fastens up in the front, the new one will fasten up in the back. There are less pieces on the new one to fall off. On the old one, the sash and the cape are both attached at the shoulder with buttons, and the new one doesn't have that. The sash is actually sewed right in, so that's not an issue. The cape does come off. It's just Velcroed on there. The pants, there's a big difference on those, thank goodness. The new pants, it will be easier to hem them up because, if I can find the bottom of the leg, there are snaps that you can just snap it up to the right length for each student. Now we have to actually sew them and hem them up. So that will take less time later on and won't be as rough on the new uniforms. The old hats are a plastic, and the plume just wraps around here, and it's just kind of like a garter looking material that they put around for the band. But the newer hats are a felt, which are much nicer looking. They are waterproof. We actually tested it, put it under the sink and let it dry, and it tested out real well. The plumes are much fuller, much prettier. I think the kids will like the hats a lot better. It was suggested that we put like a label inside of them with a barcode so that it can be scanned and assigned to each student. Right now the way we do it is in our charm system. Each piece of the uniform is numbered, and it's kept track of and assigned a piece at a time to each student. With the new uniforms, you'll just have the jacket and the pants that'll be assigned. So we're down to 2 pieces plus the hat, so I guess 3 pieces instead of 5. So it'll be easier to track it that way, and with the barcode system we can just scan them and assign it to each student's name and be easy to keep track of, so you don't lose as many pieces parts that way. I'm fond of the old ones, that's for sure, but the new ones, I think the look is wonderful. The embroidery here, this is just gorgeous, and I think the only thing that we discussed about doing was maybe widen this a little bit or raise it up and have a little more blue, because really I think Chillicothe is known more for blue, so we need the blue to be a little more prominent. But I really like the new design. We're hoping maybe we'll have them for next year, but if not, that's okay. The years ahead, the kids will enjoy them, and we'll just work with what we can while we have it and hope for the best. So.
Overall, those who I took written statements from said that they absolutely support the new uniforms, and they are very excited to see their kids in the marching band, and so am I. With CAVS News, I'm Ryan Kincaid.
Now let's go to sports with Taylor Boggs.
Thanks, guys. I'm Taylor Boggs with the final CAVS News Sports Update of the 2015-16 school year. Most of the sports teams have already completed their seasons except for the track team, who is still competing at the district and regional levels in the upcoming week. So far, our only qualifier for regionals is Jacob Staggs for throwing. As all of our spring sports have come to a close at last week's spring sports banquet, the fall sports have already begun for the 2016-17 school year. Cheerleading has already held their tryouts to put their team together, along with golf and the cross-country team. Volleyball tryouts will be held in late July or early August. On Friday, June 10th at 5 p.m., there will be a free sports physical at Adina Rehabilitation and Wellness Center on Shawnee Lane. Appointments are required for this event and must be made by June 3rd. For any questions or to schedule an appointment, you can call the number below. The final player of the week for this school year is senior Quentin Boggs. Quentin started running cross country and track in the 8th grade, and he received his varsity letter for both sports his freshman year of high school and continued running on the varsity team. This was his last season running, as he didn't sign to run in college, but instead enlisted into the United States Marine Corps. Congratulations, Quentin. For more results from this school year and upcoming dates for tryouts, you can log on to the Chillicothe City School website and click on athletics. Well, that's all I have for this year. I'm Taylor Boggs, so back to Jasmine and Elise in the studio.
In honor of Mr. B, some of our broadcasting students created a feature to say goodbye. Let's take a look.
What Mr. B has taught me to do better doesn't only pertain to being a musician, it also being a better person in general, and being better at going after what I want to do.
I think Mr. B has definitely taught me to be a better musician and person in general. I would definitely be where I am today musically if it wasn't for him. I definitely look up to him in a lot of different ways. He's a really good, he's a really fantastic band director, and he taught me so much about music, and I just really appreciate all he's done.
I think he's taught me to be a better person in general. He's taught me to be more patient with people. He's taught me to be kind and kind of be empathetic with people and just take my time. He taught me to be a better, in general, just, he's taught me that being a musician is about being good at the music. He's taught me it's about being good at being a person.
Mr. Bookrader will be furthering his education at Northwestern University in the fall and will be replaced by Michelle Carpenter, a recent graduate of Ohio University.
I went through leadership training with Mr. B to be the section leader of the drum line, and it was a very good experience. He taught me the basics of being a leader, and then we went even further with that to very specific details of how to be a leader. And I don't think I'd be as good of a leader as I am now without him. If there was a different person giving me my leadership training, I don't think I would be anywhere as good of a section leader as I would be with Mr. B giving me my leadership.
I mean, this guy, if I remember correctly, he's so dedicated. I mean, when on the 110, he held a ladder, but apparently the director said, you held that ladder with such intensity. I mean, that's crazy. If you can make holding a ladder seem like intense, that's pretty awesome.
I give Mr. B's a positive role model. I look up to him. I see where he's going, and I see what he's done with the program. I think he's gonna go really far. I look up to him, and I think he's had a very good influence on my life.
What I'd like to say as Mr. B is thank you for being my high school band director for so long. And I mean, he's really helped me with a lot of things, and capacity to put up with some of the dumb things I say is pretty great too. Especially him hearing about me saying, hey, you got those North Face jackets? Yeah, but thank you for being able to put up with me, and thanks for helping me.
B, you were my freshman band director, and you're leaving. after my senior year, so at least thanks for staying this long. Thanks for all the good times and your understanding when I was dumb or just too quick to trigger. Thank you for teaching me how to be a better version of myself and for making me a better person and a musician and just for making my high school experience was.
To Mr. B, I would like to thank you for being my band director and my role model for the past 3 years of being in band. I look up to you so much as a musician and as a person overall. You know, a lot of young drummers will look up to drummers like John Bonham or Neil Peart, but I can say that I look up to Patrick Bookrader. And I think it's really cool down the road, with how successful I think you'll be, that I can say that you were my band director in high school as a freshman through being a junior. And I'd like to wish you luck in everything you do. And I know you'll be very successful. And I know you'll affect a lot of kids the way you've affected me and certainly everyone in the band.
We here at CAVS News wish Mr. Bookrader the best of luck as he moves on with the new part of his life. Now let's go to Did You Know with Ryan Kincaid.
Howdy folks, welcome to the last Did You Know of the 2015-16 school year. I'm Ryan Kincaid, and I've been here for a full school year. Time sure does fly, doesn't it? Anyways, now that the school year's almost over, I wanted to take a look at how some other school years differ around the world. And my first stop is our neighbors to the north, Canada. Canada generally follows the same schedule as the United States, 180 school days on Mondays through Fridays, starting after Labor Day and ending around June. The only main difference is in Quebec, which ends school on its provincial holiday, the 24th of June. Next, let's head over to Australia to see how they compare to Canada and the US. In Australia, students go to school about 200 days out of the year, and because Australia is in the southern hemisphere, their seasons are opposite to ours, so their summer vacation occurs around December and January here in the States. The typical school day lasts from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and students are only required to attend for 11 years, although most stay for their 12th year. Next up, let's head to Asia, home of the island nation of Japan. In Japan, schools are run on a trimester schedule, meaning that school is split into 3 terms. The year lasts from April to March, and the 3 terms are split by breaks in the winter, the spring, and the summer. School generally lasts from 8:45 a.m. to 3:15 p.m., although for most Japanese students, school lasts all day because they attend evening classes that aren't mandatory. Last, let's head to France to see how their school year is doing. School days in France last a little bit longer, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays, plus a half day on Saturday. Also, French students don't attend school on Wednesday and Sunday. However, like in the US, school lasts from August to June with about 2 weeks of vacation in between the 4 7-week terms. With that being said, as we speak, Canada and France are finishing up school as we are, Australia's around the halfway point, and Japan's only a couple months into their school year. And with that, I'm out of time. I'm Ryan Kincaid, and for the last time, let's head back to the studio.
I created a feature story about our seniors. Unfortunately, 2 of our seniors denied the interview. However, Marcus Conrad and Elise Jones, my co-anchor, gladly partook in this interview. Let's take a look.
I ain't got the full experience of what was touching me. Swear. Oh no! Yeah, I feel crusty.
Can you record this? Hold on.
I am.
You know, I probably might miss the education, the good teachers in the school and stuff. Mr. Fisher, the principal, he was pretty cool.
I'm definitely gonna miss choir and broadcasting the most because I have made a lot of great friends in there, and they've all become a really close family to me.
Yeah, I plan on going to college. for culinary, so I can, you know, whip it in the kitchen. But anyway, I'm gonna go to Columbus Culinary Institute, the Bradford University, you know.
Yes, I do plan on going to college. I'm going to Columbus State University.
After I leave for the broadcasting class, I hope they get a different class clown because, you know, my 2 years, I'm retiring, so I pass it on to someone else, whoever it is.
For the broadcasting class in the future, I hope they get new projects that open up to new opportunities.
Is there anything else you would like to say in regards to this interview?
Gang, 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 gang.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
Peace out.
We miss you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of this class and making it so much fun. That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Jasmine Roper.
And I'm Elise Jones. Have an awesome summer, Chillicothe.